Hey everyone, you're with Tesla Tom. Thanks so much for joining us on episode 1 of the Urban Autopilot Challenge. So the rules of this challenge are very simple. I have 30 minutes from the point I engage autopilot, and I've got to try to stay on autopilot as long as I can. So time starts now. So essentially I'm on basic autopilot, like I said, 30 minutes. And I've got to try and stay on autopilot as long as I can. And at the end of it all, I'll take a percentage of that, and that will be my score for this challenge. I've got it on traffic light control, as you can see. And this will be episode 1, and we'll see how many episodes we can get through and how many more challenges. But yeah, this will be very interesting. So I'm in North Sydney currently, and I'm on the Pacific Highway. So this is a fairly long stretch of road. It's fairly straight, so I'm hoping in 30 minutes time, which is well, now it's 10:13, so I'd about say 10:43, we should be pretty close to Hornsby, if not maybe a bit beyond. We'll see. Traffic's pretty good today, so we shall see. And by the way, guys, if this is your first time to my channel, hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. If you haven't done so yet, really appreciate it if you could hit that red subscribe button. That'll help you stay informed of any new content, and also helps my channel to grow as well. And you know, I always say this in my videos, but autopilot is beta, so I always have my hands on the wheel at all times and looking at the road, never complacent, of course. And I'll keep this video in real time, so you'll see every moment of this drive. I might speed some bits up if it's a bit slow, nothing's happening, but all in all, you'll see pretty much every single second of what's happened on this drive. So now we're coming up to Crow's Nest. Hasn't broken autopilot yet, which I'm pretty happy with. You'll see that red line come up for those of you unfamiliar with autopilot. Recent updates have allowed the car to react to traffic lights. So with red lights currently like this, it'll slow down to a halt, to a stop. With green lights, you've still got to tell the car to go. So you'll see when the light turns green, I've got to either press the accelerator or just hit the right stalk, and then the car will go. So the light's about to turn green. As you can see, I've just got to tap my accelerator and the car will go. I should also say too, this is an urban challenge, so another rule is that I won't be engaging in any freeway or highways, just on city roads basically. I mean, you could drive for 30 minutes on a freeway on autopilot, no problem, but this is more about seeing how well autopilot tackles suburban and city and urban roads in my city of Sydney currently. Wow, did you see that? Just broke suddenly. I think because I had my foot on the accelerator a bit too long to try and clear this green light, and the car was smart enough to stop for me, which is pretty cool. Oh, okay, so that's the first time it's broken autopilot. Didn't quite know where the lines were, so we'll chalk that up as one autopilot break. And see that actually went through the green light. That was interesting. I didn't actually touch the accelerator or anything, or the indicator, so, or the stalk, sorry. So that was very interesting. Haven't seen that do that before. So So now we're just in St Leonard's, still in the north of Sydney. Okay, so now I'm going to try to switch lanes to the left, because I know if I stay in this lane too long, it will end up going into the Lane Cove Tunnel. We don't want that, because that is technically a freeway or a highway. We don't want that at all. So once we go past this car, we will try to switch to the level. Another autopilot brake. Must have disengaged when I wiggled the wheel too much. So once we pass this unbroken line, I will indicate to the left. Hopefully it will change lane for me. Yes, it does. Automatically. Very nice. And it didn't break autopilot doing that. Fantastic. So this car is going a little bit slow in front of me. That's okay. It's not a speed challenge, it's an autopilot challenge. So happy to stay behind this slow car here. I'll just check what follow I've got on. Got it on 3. 3's okay. I might actually go to 2 because I'm in the city. A couple of sets of lights there which I've got to clear. So that's an interesting scenario, because there are 2 traffic lights in quick succession there, so I had to clear that twice. You see how if I'd stayed on the right lane, I would have ended up in the Lane Cove Tunnel, which is not what I want for this challenge. Oh, that's a funny one, isn't it? I thought that was a intersection there, but it wasn't. There's some edge cases like that in Sydney that it's got to overcome, I guess, before it becomes fully autonomous. Just where it thinks it's a traffic light, but it's not. That's okay. That's what testers like you and I are for, just to help the neural network work out what's what, I guess. So 10:21, we started at 10:13. 8 minutes in, so far so good. Okay, for this one I'm going to tap the stalk. I must say I still quite like tapping the stalk versus the accelerator. I still don't really see, like, that's a bit funny, that one as well. Like, I was in the intersection and then the car thought I was coming up to another traffic light, but it's the same intersection, so you got to kind of clear the intersection twice for those really big gaps. Another edge case, I guess. Okay, so I'll clear this one. Let's see if it does that again. So it's gone past this one, no problem. Yeah, I guess this one didn't have the line, so sometimes it's got that line after it clears the intersection, so it thinks it's another intersection. Okay, that's good. I might switch lanes now as well. It's safe to do so. Some shadows on the road from the trees, but seem to cope pretty well with that. Oh gosh, that's so close to that car. Okay, so that broke then. Oh, sorry. Put it back on, there we go. That was very close to that car. I can't tell whether I broke it inadvertently or autopilot broke it for me, but I just went too close to that car, I must say. That's something I'd like to see fixed. You know, just stay a bit more central in the lane, as opposed to getting so close to that car. Like, that's unnecessary, really. Alright, so we're coming up to Chatswood now. Chatswood's pretty busy on this stretch of Pacific Highway. You'll see that bus, I don't know whether you can see, that bus ahead of me is sort of impinging on my lane there. And the car sort of slowed down, but I think more so for the traffic light rather than the bus. Okay, so the bus is trying to merge into my lane. That's okay. The car is slowing down for it. It's a bit wobbly. See what I mean by Chatswood's a bit busy. And the lanes do change depending on the time of day as well. So you just got to be hyper vigilant in areas like this. Oh, almost broke then, I reckon, but I helped steer it a little bit. Oh, see, I'm too close to the bus. I guess the lane's pretty tight. And there was a car in that lane as well, so kind of had no choice. Yeah, our lanes are very narrowed in Sydney sometimes, and that was a good example. It can get a little bit hairy at times when, on autopilot when that happens. But yeah, happy that autopilot didn't break that time. So I guess, you know, this is a COVID-safe activity. I'm in my car and just testing autopilot. Lots of other roads in Sydney I can try as well once we do this test. I guess you've got to find a straight major road in Sydney to test this on. There are a few around in northern Sydney, which is where I live. Pacific Highway is one, Epping Road another one, Victoria Road we could try as well, Pennant Hills Road, Castle Hill Road, even like the Wakehurst Parkway I'll go, although that's probably, it's not really a freeway I guess, but yeah, we could try that. That's not technically a freeway. Pittwater Road, Northern Beaches, there's another one. Monavale Road, lots of other ones in the south as well. So yeah, got plenty of episodes I could do trying those roads out. So now it's 10:25. What's that? That's about 12 minutes in. So we're kind of reaching the halfway mark. Oh, that was close to that car as well. Why does it do that? So weird. Okay, coming up to a light. Just gotta clear it. There we go. It doesn't always pick up that second line. That was a grey one at that time, so I guess it knew to just keep going. But sometimes it picks it up as another line. Okay, so we'll clear that one. I want to clear that one. No. Didn't allow me to. I wonder why. Like, I'm pressing the accelerator, tapping the stalk, it's still red. Very weird. Okay, coming up to a green. I'm not sure if I cleared that one. Anyway, just kept going. Okay, so we're coming up to Roseville. Kind of a little guided tour of the North Shore of Sydney. Oh, see? Picked up another red line. Weird. Okay, I'll clear that one too. I can't pick it. That was a clear line, and yet it allowed me to go through without clearing. So bizarre. Okay, I'll clear this one. Got to be careful on this stretch of the North Shore because there are cars parked on the side of the road like that. That lady was getting into her car, so the car slowed down for her. But sometimes cars that are parked really dart out very quickly, so you got to be vigilant on autopilot, just so you don't hit them, obviously. Yeah, I still quite like tapping the stalk. And it's not a full tap either, like it's just a little half tap. And that'll clear the light for you. Like I said, I'm happy to follow this truck. Not a speed challenge. There's a speed camera coming up. We are outside of school hours, so we should be able to go at 60, no problem. And most of this stretch of the Pacific Highway from North Sydney to Hornsby is 60 kilometres an hour, except for those school zones, of course. But yeah. see that car. Just sort of darted into my lane there. Car didn't react to it. Just kept going. Oh, this patch of road is no good. A few potholes there. We were discussing on Phantom Lane 4 last night. There's going to be an autopilot rewrite with the ability to possibly pick up potholes. That'll be good. But I guess, you know, obviously if you want to swerve around a pothole, you got to be careful if there's a car next to you. So it'll be interesting to see whether the car, what kind of a decision it makes. Pothole versus another car. I would think still drive through a pothole rather than hit another car. But these are the kind of niggles I guess autopilot has to work out in time. Oh, didn't like that one. Didn't like that one. Okay, let's re-engage. I got very confused with those, with that line marking. Didn't know which lane to choose. This is a big intersection, so you've got to be careful. Okay, that broke again. Oh, sorry guys. Re-engage. Okay. Yeah, it's those big intersections with the gaps. That's where autopilot has trouble estimating where the lane has to be. That's where I find the edge cases are. And obviously with the big gaps, and then if there's another line, sometimes it'll pick up as another traffic light, which you've got to clear. Alright, so we're coming up to 10:30. Oh, broke again. Again, I think it got too close to that car. Might have been my hands as well. I inadvertently disengaged. It's getting close again to that line. That ute next to me. It's not his fault. I think it's this car. It's just wanting to get too close to that line. So we said 10:13, didn't we? So we've got another 12 minutes. Just passing Kalara now. Coming up to Gordon. Gordon's another busy part of the North Shore. Another bit where I need to be vigilant. See, that time I just sort of left my foot on the accelerator there. Handled this curve reasonably well. Again, I think it's hugging that side way too much, like the right side of the road. It does worry me when like cars like that Porsche, it sort of went into my lane a little bit. Sorry guys, and the camera stopped recording for some reason, but I think it gets hot. I think that's why. Sorry guys, it did it again. Look, I might have to make it a 20-minute challenge. I think half an hour might be too long for the DJI. It just gets too hot, I think, and it just wants to shut down. We've got to end it there. It's starting to cut out. So look, it's going to be a 20-minute challenge from now on. Guys, thanks for watching. You'll see the score on your screen in front of you. I think it did pretty well overall. And thanks again for watching. Leave a comment below if you'd like me to test a road in Sydney for the next episode. And let me know how you went if you've gone on a 20-minute autopilot challenge on an urban road. Remember the rules: urban roads, no freeways, 20 minutes, and tabulate your scores. And it's a golf score at the end of the day. The lower the better. And of course, leave a like if you enjoyed that video. I really appreciate that. And guys, stay safe, and until next time, happy chatting.